Welcome to the We On podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore signs of a possible reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, revealing how fragile ceasefire talks and tight military control could shape the return of global oil flows through this critical choke point. Behind the scenes, diplomatic signals and military coordination are beginning to shape how traffic through the crucial waterway might cautiously resume. According to the official, any reopening of the key oil transit route would be tightly managed by Tehran. If an understanding on a framework for talks is reached, the strait could be opened in a limited way under Iran's control, the source said, adding that all vessels would be required to coordinate with Iranian military authorities before transiting. The official warned that the ceasefire remains fragile despite the apparent easing of tensions. "We prefer lasting peace, but Iran has no fear of returning to war if the US wants to go the same way," the official told Reuters. The development follows a last-minute agreement between Tehran and Washington on a 2-week ceasefire, reached barely an hour before US President Donald Trump's deadline to strike Iran's power plants and bridges expired. Both sides have since claimed victory, although Iranian officials have stressed that the conflict cannot be considered over until formal terms are negotiated. Talks between the two sides are expected to take place in Pakistan on Friday, raising hopes of a more durable diplomatic breakthrough. As part of the ceasefire arrangement, Iran agreed to permit safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global shipping lane that had been effectively blocked for weeks. The disruption had driven up global energy prices and heightened concerns over supply stability. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi confirmed that ships would be allowed to pass through the strait for the duration of the 2-week truce, though he emphasized that access would remain subject to coordination with Iran's armed forces. "There will be safe passage, but it will be possible via coordination with Iran's armed forces," Araghchi said. Early signs of resumed maritime activity have already emerged. According to maritime monitoring service Marine Traffic, a Greek-owned bulk carrier, NJ Earth, successfully crossed the strait at 8:44 UTC on April 8th. A Liberia-flagged vessel, Daytona Beach, had earlier transited the waterway at 6:59 UTC after departing Bandar Abbas. The Greek-owned bulk carrier NJ Earth crossed the strait at 8:44 UTC, while the Liberia-flagged Daytona Beach transited earlier at 6:59 UTC, shortly after departing Bandar Abbas at 5:28 UTC, Marine Traffic said in a post on X. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important choke points for oil shipments, remains central to the unfolding geopolitical tensions, with its status closely tied to the outcome of the upcoming negotiations.
There may be a shaky ceasefire between the US and Iran at the moment, but the consequences of the US-Israel war on Iran are still being felt around the world. The surge in fuel prices caused by the US-Israel aggression, leading to nationwide protests in Ireland. Farmers took to the streets on their tractors for the 4th day in a row. They blocked key roads across the country, including a major highway linked to the capital. The jam brought traffic to a crawl. For days, fuel has been limited in Ireland. Some areas have put a 25-litre cap for customers, and this has caused long queues to form outside petrol pumps and worsened the jams. Farmers have been protesting because they feel the rise of fuel costs puts their livelihoods at risk.
So with the price we're paying for fuel, I'm probably 2 months away from my business folding up. So really no choice. And we're not asking for a lot. We're looking for the government to reduce some of the tax and carbon tax on the fuel, just to allow business to keep going. You know, it's not a lot to ask for, really.
After 4 days of nationwide protests, the Irish government is holding talks with agricultural and freight representatives. This comes after the government tried taking a hardline approach on Thursday with Ireland's Justice Minister saying that protesters would face consequences and that the army could be called in to break up blockades. But the protesters have remained on the streets, saying that without more government support and price cuts, they will not be able to weather the storm.
We are going to stay it out here. We have to. We might as well sit here. We can't. We're burning diesel there. We're losing money at the minute, so we might as well be here. They have to come and talk to us.